Yellow Ribbon Suicide Prevention Program of Alpena. What is Yellow Ribbon? The Yellow Ribbon Suicide Prevention Program was developed in September of 1994 in response to the suicide death of 17-year-old Mike Emmings. Mike's parents, devastated by his suicide, reached out to the community by telling teens how horrible they felt because they never knew their son was so depressed. Yellow Ribbon Suicide Prevention Program has spread across the country over the past 17 years, reaching out to depressed and troubled teens, offering them help in trying to prevent them from committing suicide. They have also helped thousands of teens turn away from suicide and making something good out of their lives. The mission statement of the Yellow Ribbon Suicide Prevention Program is a community-based program primarily developed to address youth, teen, young adult suicide ages 10 through 25 through public awareness campaigns, education, training, and by helping communities identify resources, building their infrastructure, and educating adults and youth through safe and effective suicide prevention methods. A program that helps reduce stigma associated with asking for help and strengthens the link between young consumers and professional help. Yellow Ribbon in Alpena. Alpena High School has a Yellow Ribbon Club that meets every Thursday. 4 random members of the Yellow Ribbon Club were interviewed and asked the same 10 questions. Most of their answers were all very similar. What are the major signs of suicide? The major signs of suicide are loss of appetite, lack of interest in normal activities, and distancing yourself from others. You said every Thursday you all get together. What are some of the things that you discuss at your meetings? You need to discuss how we can make the student body aware of the problems of suicide. Getting the message across to others is the best we can do because there is no way we can touch the lives of all the kids in our school before something happens. Why do you think people commit suicide? Because they think that their life does not make a difference to others and that their absence would not change the world for the better, but not change the world at all. What are some ways we can prevent suicide? The best way is to become aware that someone has tendencies to hurt themselves or others around them. Then find how you can make a difference in their life so that they feel like they make a difference in. Is there a problem with suicide in Alpena? I think that the official number of suicides in Alpena is statistically low. However, I believe the number of self-induced deaths in this town is high. Many may not realize what they are doing is killing themselves or they don't care. In what age group is suicide or depression most common? The age group of 13 through 25 years old is the age group most people are likely to commit suicide. Going to a new high school or moving away from college, people struggle to find out where they belong or even if they think they have a place in this world. If you could ask a suicidal person one question, what would it be? Why are you doing this? What is the most common way that people commit suicide? I believe that the way most people kill themselves is not direct, such as hanging themselves or point-blank gunshots. The way most people kill themselves is by continuing to live the way they do, alone and suffering. These people have tendencies to do risky and life-threatening actions that should be considered suicidal because a person does not care if what they are doing is killing themselves. What kind of things is Yellow Ribbon doing to prevent suicide? The best thing we can do is spread awareness and show that we care. Let everyone know that there is always people to talk to. Yellow Ribbon bases its outreach program upon the premises that suicide falls within the sociological theories of conflict and functionalism. Conflict theory holds that society is in a constant struggle over scarce resources that result in an unequal system. Functionalism, as defined by Karl Marx, maintains that society is a system of interrelated parts where individuals and groups compete for wealth and power. Both theories hold that society is in a constant struggle for power within the various societal interest groups. Emile Durkheim furthered Mark's premises by considering the tension between social forces and individual choice as a propellant of suicide. Durkheim's theory on suicide contains 4 different types of suicide: egoistic, altruistic, fatalistic, and anomic. Out of all 4, we felt that teen suicide falls into the egoistic category. Egoistic suicide. Egoistic suicide is more likely to happen when a person does not feel supported by their social group. An overwhelming event may cause an individual to see that their life has no hope anymore and that there is no chance of any improvement, and suicide is the only way to end the pain that they are feeling. Although suicide is a decision made by the individual, the hurt that it leaves affects everyone else. Parents, family, and friends are all left behind wondering what they could have done to prevent their child from making this decision. An individual's micro decision to take their own life leaves a larger effect macro on the people who knew and loved the individual. When a person chooses to end their life thinking of all the problems and hurt will go away, they start new problems and hurt for a wide range of people who love them. Suicide is a permanent solution for temporary problems. Cooley's theory, the looking glass self, is how we would imagine what our behaviors would be like to others, how others would react to our behaviors, and how we would develop a self-concept of ourselves. Throughout your teen years, most people go through this. They are so worried about what others think of them. If you know anyone who may be depressed or suicidal, call 1-800-SUICIDE or 1-800-273-TALK.